do something that no student's supposed to ever do.
Yeah, dude.
I've made no secret about the fact that I'm 50 years old now, and doing badass stunts at this age is a lot harder than it used to be. I came up with this crazy idea, which isn't even necessarily legal, but if it were to happen, it would require me to be certified to skydive completely by myself. And most people take months or years to get this certification. But for me, it had to happen within 1 week. And that 1 week didn't have all great weather. So I needed to skydive 25 times in 4 days. I might be taking the fastest crash course in skydiving ever. Is this even legal? I showed up on day 1. And I learned that I'm only gonna jump tandem once. Then my second jump technically wasn't totally alone, because as I left the airplane, I had 2 guys holding onto my suit. And even though they're holding onto me, I'm a mess, all over the place, spinning. I just felt like I was doing really badly. I pulled my own chute. Once that chute opens up, I'm totally on my own. But I found steering to be actually pretty easy. The problem is when you come in for the landing on the ground, that's when most people get hurt. You gotta do what's called a flare, and that'll slow you down and you can just kind of land softly. But I flared way too high, which means that I kind of come in hot. But it was really bad on my second solo jump. I didn't land anywhere near where I was supposed to. There's no footage of me landing. And I had both my arms like this, and I just jammed my finger. And I mean, dude, I looked at it, I was like, there's no way I can keep jumping. Like, they're gonna tell me you can't pull your chute with the hand that has a broken finger. I for sure broke my finger.
Oh, crud.
Can you bend it?
Oh, yeah.
I can bend it, so we're good to go,
It's just
right?
a pinky finger anyway, right?
That's when I knew these are my people. So we suited up for jump number 4. And by the end of day 1, nobody's holding on to me. And even though I'm spinning around a little out of control, I learned how to stabilize myself. And once I'm stable, they got me turning deliberately one way, turning deliberately the other way. And I learned really quickly. But when it came to actually landing, I did not learn quickly. I was just crashing on my butt, my tailbone still completely jacked, my hands both just banged up, but there was no stopping. I had to keep jumping. And by the end of day 1, I'm the first guy to ever jump 6 times in 1 day as a student. The pilot picked me up in his personal airplane. He even made me fly it myself. You got that footage, right?
Okay.
So I got there a lot faster on day 2. And as soon as I showed up, they said, okay, today you're gonna do a front flip out of the plane. And then once you get stable, then you're gonna do a back flip while you're free falling. And then you're gonna get stable again. You're gonna do a front flip in the same jump. Jump 1 on day 2. Fucking let's go. But my landings weren't getting any better. All right. Not a good landing. Let's try it again. It's crazy how from 15,000 feet you can see perfectly like the airport that you're aiming for. So before every jump, you kind of spot the airport, there it is, and you want to jump right over it. So on my next jump, I'm gonna do barrel rolls. Tuck the shoulder and flip over, get stable. Tuck the shoulder, get stable. And I nailed that too. Then ate shit on the ground. I've got a blatantly broken finger. My tailbone is so sensitive, and I did not want to land on my butt, but I kept fucking doing it. I really can't wait for this to be over. After the barrel rolls came flying sideways through the air, which is called tracking. You do it by just slightly adjusting your body position, and when I did it first try, They said they thought I was pulling a prank on them and that I was actually a professional skydiver. I was so good at that shit.
Dude, I've never seen someone track like that on their first time. That was like a fucking pro, dude.
On day 2 alone, I jumped 9 times. You never get used to this. There's something about jumping out of a fucking airplane that never gets easy. But one thing that really helps me is the relationship I have with 1, 2, 3, go. I've never backed out once in my whole life. And that's the secret to my success. By the end of day 2, it was clear that I had caught on. So day 3 was all about straight fucking around. First jump on day 3 is, they call it the fucking gorilla jump or something. It's like 3 of us with legs locked, like banging on our chests. I mean, it's just fucking nuts. Then we did this fucking thing I called the Mary Poppins, where 2 of us are connected by our arms, but a third guy's underneath, and he's just makes himself super aerodynamic, just go super down, fast as fuck. Then after the Mary Poppins jump, this guy who I only met that morning explains that he's a wingsuit dude, and that I'm gonna ride him through the fucking sky like a dragon in Game of Thrones. And I'm like, all right. Then the pilot added to the shenanigans by giving us a moment of 0 gravity by flying the plane up and like that. Day 3 was so much fun, and day 4 was terrifying because I needed to jump out at a super low altitude to simulate like an emergency. I don't know, but it's called hop and pop. After 2 hop and pops, I only had 2 more jumps. It's all come down to this, my test jump for the actual license. What they needed me to do was show all of my skills that I had learned in 1 jump. And I'm proud to say that finally, I had landed on my feet.
Yeah! What a Steve-O!
And you know what else is cool? This fucking t-shirt. It's, That Kid Is You. The gorgeous Paul Brisky's band. Yeah. And what's going on with this mural? It's all of our goats and pigs on roller skates. And it was done by Scott Chestnut Art. Very cool. And who's this? This is Moon Pie. We just got her because it seems that she likes riding on a tour bus. So I think she's with me for the whole Super Dummy tour. And you should be with me on the Super Dummy tour too.